Hey, I'm the fan who got choked out by Theo Von. Let me tell you what actually happened.
Okay, you hold it right there, partner. I'll be the judge of what actually happened.
What do you mean by happen?
Accusing poor, sweet, innocent comedian Theo Von of choking you out. Yeah, sure. Likely story, pal. But I guess what? We'll give you the benefit of the doubt. We'll listen to your version of events, but I'm going to be scrutinising. Like a hawk. Like a hawk scrutinises an unsuspecting vole.
Who's Daniel Boland? Oh, Daniel Boland, this is a heavy hitter. Do you guys know who this is?
Hey, I'm the fan who got choked out by Theo Von. Let me tell you what actually happened. So I'm not just a random fan. I live in Nashville. I play music full time. That's me.
What a strange thing to say. Without a hint of irony, he says, I'm not just some random fan. I play guitar in bars. Whoa, we got a baller on our hands, guys. Also, what's going on here? I mean, those are the expressions my son makes when he's pretending to be a rock star. I mean, this is what a 6-year-old thinks a rock star looks like. All right, maybe I'm being a bit harsh. Let's hear him out.
All of this happened on May 2nd. You can see right there. Which also happened to be my birthday. I had my gig from 6 o'clock to 10 o'clock. My friends brought me cake. They brought me balloons. The bar brought me sparklers.
Yeah, okay, I think I'm starting to understand why Theo choked you out. The sparklers is what tipped him over the edge, I reckon. No, but seriously, I mean, Theo Von has spoken a lot about being a big cokehead in the past, hasn't he? You know, so maybe that party atmosphere is a bit of a trigger to him. You know, like when you make loud noises around a war veteran, so I'm told, or, you know, when you're standing there just getting on with your life in front of somebody with fibromyalgia.
So when Theo walked in, he didn't have any security with him, so people were walking up to him, talking to him, taking photos. I finished my show. This was like 10:18. Nobody in my party had talked to him yet, not even me. We thought it would be a funny video idea to get him and me popping my birthday balloons together.
Oh, no doubt. That would have been some priceless content right there. Popping balloons. I don't know. This guy seems kind of sweet and innocent, but I don't know. If I was famous like Theo Von and somebody, as you'll see later in the video, insisted on popping some balloons, I mean more than once, sort of made that suggestion to me, it might cross my mind to assail that person.
We thought it would be a funny video idea to get him and me popping my birthday balloons together, because he's a comedian.
Great point, I guess. He is a comedian after all, and you know how comedians love popping balloons. I don't know why you didn't give him a fez and a pair of cymbals to tie to his hands and say, "Dance for me, Theo, you stupid fucking monkey." Also, it kind of occurred to me, do you think it's possible that, I don't know, but maybe Theo thought that popping balloons was some kind of euphemism? I mean, the guy, as you'll see again in the video, is holding balloons and says, "Will you pop some balloons with me?" But Theo's a complicated, or maybe just an incredibly simple man. I don't know. I'm not sure that it's absolutely certain that he didn't misinterpret what was going on there.
I was trying to be courteous because he was talking to somebody at the moment. So in this next video, you can actually hear me say, I don't want to interrupt their conversation.
I was trying to be courteous. Oh, I don't want to interrupt their conversation. What? I don't know. Maybe it's, again, look, it's not in my nature. If I ever see people that I know, you know, famous people, I just avoid eye contact. I don't want them to feel like they know that I know who they are, right? So, I don't know, it's just not in my nature to ever go and ask somebody to, hey, do you pop some balloons, selfie, whatever. I could never do that.
I was waiting my turn to talk to him. Everybody was all just standing around having fun, having a good time. Nobody was bothering anybody. I mean, I'll show you the full video. That's the guy I was waiting for, who I didn't want to interrupt.
So you're like, oh, I didn't want to interrupt anything, and then immediately go and interrupt the conversation while your friend is filming it all. I don't know. I'd find that very weird. And you'll see now, Theo turns straight away. So he's on edge. He's clearly on edge. He knows that they're talking about him. They're standing a few feet away from him, talking about him, and filming the whole thing. It's a weird situation.
This is where the video that you've seen starts. I went up and I said, will you pop some balloons with me? He turned away and looked like I said something offensive. I leaned in and said, hey man, I'm a fan, I'm just messing with you. He turned back around and then aggressively got in my face right there. I was confused, so you can see me lean in and say, what? And that's when he grabbed my throat and shoved me back.
Now, I gotta say, I find this guy annoying. Maybe this is just the way he is. He's a happy-go-lucky kind of guy. He's kind of extroverted. But if I, for some reason, felt the need to go over to some famous person, you know, I really needed them to pop some balloons with me, and I walk over to that person, and they immediately, after looking at me in the eye, just turn back to their conversation and carry on as though I wasn't there. That would shatter me, okay? I would never recover from that. There would be years of waking up in the middle of the night like, oh, why did I do that? You know, the shower thoughts kind of thing. There is no way that after he turns around, I would then grab him, like lean in and try to continue. No, what I said is you need to pop some balloons with me. And then when he gets in your face, just say, what? What? Why? I didn't... Let it go. This is as embarrassing a situation. Like, you've got to just, I don't know, put your tail between your legs and go back.
I went up and I said, will you pop some balloons with me? He turned away and looked like I said something offensive. I leaned in and said, hey man, I'm a fan, I'm just messing with you. He turned back around and then aggressively got in my face right there. I was confused, so you can see me lean in and say, what? And that's when he grabbed my throat and shoved me back. What happened was a completely uncalled for reaction, especially when you consider the facts that nobody in my party had been badgering him for hours. We hadn't even talked to him. This was a 14-second interaction, and that was it.
They hadn't even been badgering him for hours. I know a badgering when I see one. That was no badgering. We hadn't even begun to badger Theo. It's like, well, maybe you hadn't. But I bet loads of people have, for years.
As an entertainer in downtown Nashville, I get being overwhelmed by crowds and people coming up to you all the time.
Yeah, no need to explain yourself there, Theo. He gets it. He knows the score. You're preaching to the choir, Theo. He can't move for people high-fiving him as he walks down the street. I bet he's signing tits left, right, and centre.
At the end of my shift, at least I get to unplug and go home, and you know, I feel for Theo where he probably can't get away from that a lot more easily than I can. And post-surgery, I was 1 week back from recovery. This could have ended my career, but luckily there was no damage to my vocal cords or neck.
Well, thank God for that. Downtown Nashville would never have been the same again. I found that a very strange thing to say, no? I just got back from surgery, but thankfully nothing happened. My neck was fine. My vocal cords are intact. I don't know, I found it just a little bit, I don't know, I'm finding the whole thing very, bit creepy, really.
I'm not trying to get any sympathy or anything out of this.
No, of course not. Heaven forbid.
I'm not trying to get any sympathy or anything out of this. I just want people to know that, you know, the celebrities that you see on camera can be completely different people in real life. You don't know. Thank you for listening to the truth.
Well, there you go, you see. How silly. We were thinking the whole time he was telling this sob story that it was for a mixture of pity and internet clout, when in reality it was a selfless public service announcement, warning of the dangers of approaching celebrities in the wild. Don't badger them. They can become very much like badgers when badgered. You know, when they're cornered, there's no telling what they'll do. Protect your jugular. Put coals in your Wellington boots so that when they bite you, they think that the crunching is the sound of your bones breaking and they'll let go quicker. Now, some lunatics out there have suggested that this guy is not all he says he is. You know, this Jason Satan is not, in fact, the successful Nashville musician that he claims to be, and podcast producer. He is, in fact, a Mossad agent who has been tasked with taking Theo Von down because he's getting too close to the truth.
Do you feel like Israel is a fair ally? Are they a good ally for us?
FBI, open up!
Like, what do we get from Israel, do you feel like?
Oh dear, Theo, I wouldn't bark too far up that tree. Not worth it. So you may think it's far-fetched, but, well, I wouldn't be surprised if the establishment were a little unsettled by people like Theo Von questioning the very foundation of what informs federal policy and stuff. You know? You don't want everyone questioning everything, is what I'm saying. It unsettles me to a degree. You know, I grew up in the 90s. John Major, David Suchet. No, who was the one that read the news? John Suchet. Those are the only people that knew what was going on in my time. The Suchet brothers and John Major, you know? And it was comforting in many ways. You know, you don't want too many people asking too many questions. Anyway, let's not stray too far off topic. Yeah, what did you make of the guy who got choked out by Theo Von? Personally, I think he should have finished the job. But that's just me. I don't know, let me know what you thought in the comments. Bit of a storm in a teacup, wasn't it, really? This whole video. I don't know. Like I say, let me know what you thought in the comments. If you've enjoyed any part of today's shorter video, shorter than normal, then give the video a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, turn on the notifications to know when I bring out a new video, follow me on X and on Instagram, that's all under this video here in the description, so that you know when I bring out a new video too. And what else? Oh yeah, follow me on Patreon if you want to get some access to some exclusive videos and help out with the channel even further. I'll leave you with the outro. I'll see you in the next one.
Cocaine will turn you into a damn owl, homie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You'll be out on your own porch, you know, and you'll be your own street lamp. You're freaking.
Well, you know, bees are dying too.
Yeah.
Bees are dying from the heat.
Is it the heat?
Yep, they're evaporating, they ejaculate, and their whole body blows up.
Is that real?
Bring it up, Jamie. I'm gonna fucking do something in here today.
Look at this. At temperatures over 107 degrees Fahrenheit, it is estimated that half of male honeybees will die in this manner within 6 hours. With more sensitive individuals dying after only 2 or 3 hours.
The headline is the manner there.
Oh, bees ejaculating themselves to death in heat waves.
Fuck yeah, baby.
Oh my God,
Spring
you're
break,
telling the
baby.
truth. I thought you were just
Spring
making
break.
shit
So did
up.
I.
Click on that.
Hell no, dude. This is in, I'm sure. This is in Panama City Beach, Florida.
Bees, bees, click on that link. What happened?
This is Kid Rock's honey. That's who's making this shit. That is for sure if it's got semen in it.
A lot of black people, and I will say this, because this is really factual, and I've spent a lot of time around, you know, in the dark arts, and I don't mean, that's not black people in general, that's...
The dark
That's
art?
voodoo, that's black magic.
That's everything. Black magic,
New Orleans,
voodoo,
son. That's the underground.
Louisiana.
Yep.
You know, I grew up in a mixed neighborhood, dude, and black people don't really know, they don't differentiate between indoors and outdoors.
What do you mean?
Outdoors can be indoors, dude.
What do you mean?
Outdoors can be indoors. Black person, you can put them outdoors, and you put them indoors. Same volume levels, same speed.
There's no inside voice.
There's zero inside
There's
voice.
no etiquette when you go indoors.
Well, they just don't. I don't think they believe in like a lot of structures and I don't want to say woodwork, but I want to say overall that the difference between indoors and outdoors when it comes to most.
So do you want to wear headphones or no?
Oh yeah, you want to put them on? I didn't see you had yours on.
I feel like Malone here in headphone land.
Yeah, it is weird, huh?
Now you're back.
It's like when you put a condom on and then the other person's just still looking at their phone. You're like, oh, this is weird. And the person, I mean, is a woman, too.